Ready when you are.
All right. Good evening, everybody. It's 6 o'clock on the dot, almost 6:01. I want to say thank you for joining us here at this webinar with Invest Atlanta. My name is Kelsey Maynard. I am the small business advocate here at Invest Atlanta, and I'm excited to have you all. Tonight's webinar is about our new resource. It's called ATLinBusiness Marketplace. I'm really excited about this because there's a lot of information, a lot of opportunities out here for our small businesses, a lot of connections. And as we're talking about is our this year ecosystem building, how can we put things together, businesses with resources, programs, businesses with businesses. We're building this thing out right in front of your eyes, guys. So I'm so excited about that. Now, before we get too far into it, I do want to tell you a little bit about Invest Atlanta. Invest Atlanta is the economic development arm of the city of Atlanta. And we're really excited to do what we do by nudging our small business, nudging our developers, nudging our citizens into the direction of the growth and the forward motion of the city of Atlanta. With me tonight are some great people, but I want to first introduce you guys to Maya Jackson from my economic development team. Maya.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Even after 2 years, I still have technical difficulties. So it's totally fine. Anybody out there who can relate. Nice to meet everybody. I can't see you, but I'm sure I've met some of you, and I know some of you, and some of you have seen me. So Kelsey, are you ready for me?
Almost. I just want to say hey to you.
Okay.
I want to give you guys a couple ground rules. And the ground rules for this is listen, enjoy, tune in, stay for the entirety of the webinar. A lot of what we're about to present, a lot of your questions may be answered in the presentation. So I'm going to ask you to do me a favor. Use the Q&A button at the bottom of your screen. The Q&A button will allow you to put in your questions. So if you have a burning question, like I just want to get this off my chest before I forget, tap into the Q&A, and then towards the end of the presentation, I will go into that Q&A box and I'll pull up some of those questions, actually all of those questions, and I'll make sure that we address them. But again, make sure you hold them off to the end. We won't have you come on, but just type it in there and we'll address all the questions at the end of this presentation. I think that is it. Stay tuned, Maya. It's all you.
Awesome. I am going to share my screen and we will jump right in. Perfect. Kelsey, can you see my screen? All good? Okay, well, hello, everyone. Like Kelsey said, my name is Maya Jackson, and I support our economic development department here at Invest Atlanta. So we have two sides of the house. We have our community development team, and then we have our economic development team. And our economic development team really focuses on creating good jobs, creating jobs with great salaries and good benefits, and attracting high quality businesses to the city of city of Atlanta. So today, just a quick agenda about what we'll discuss. We'll, of course, introduce myself, introduce the team, and then kind of get into an overview of what is ATL in business marketplace and how does it work for suppliers and how does it work for buyers and how can you get the most out of the marketplace. So again, I am the Business Retention and Expansion Program Manager here. So I serve all of the existing businesses, whether you're looking to just stay afloat, the pandemic has really hit you hard, and you're looking for some resources or connections that can help keep your business alive and thriving, or you're looking to expand. So you want to expand your footprint or you want to expand your employee count. I'm here to assist with all of that. And so this is my email. And I also have a Calendly on our website, and you're free to book time with me at any time. So first, kind of getting started, what is ATL in business marketplace? Well, really in this year and last year, we kind of saw a need and a gap in the market where we weren't having our suppliers getting connected with our buyers. So we were noticing that smaller, more beginning stage suppliers of goods and services were struggling getting connected with bigger corporate buyers. So they were having an issue with visibility. They weren't getting connected with the right people. They didn't know which offices of procurement to go to. And they just were kind of struggling to get their offerings and all of their accreditations and classifications, diversity certifications. They were struggling to share that with the world. So we really wanted to target our legacy businesses and our minority-owned businesses, women-owned businesses, Black-owned businesses. We wanted to give them a one-stop shop for visibility. And we also wanted to give our buyers a chance to be able to see all of the excellent businesses we have within the city of Atlanta and the metro region. So the marketplace is the solution to all of that. You can log on to this portal and create a profile, either as a supplier or a buyer. So for suppliers, you'll be able to showcase yourself, showcase all of your accreditations. And for a buyer, you'll be able to go in, search whatever you're looking for, and you'll be able to find it in this portal. So how are we working with the city of Atlanta on this goal? Well, Mayor Dickens is really spearheading this effort, and he's super passionate about making sure that all of our small businesses have these connections. So we have a huge goal. If you know Invest Atlanta, we shoot for the stars here. So before the end of the year, which this program launched February 1st of this year, so before February 1st of 2024, we would love to see that the businesses in this portal have connected and created about $500 million in revenue. So we believe in you guys. We're putting the onus on you guys. We know that you guys can get into this portal, make connections, and generate business. So you're probably wondering, I know our name is Invest Atlanta and a lot of our programs are Atlanta specific, but for all of my people from Decatur and DeKalb County and these outer regions emailing me like, can Invest Atlanta help? This is what's finally for you. So this is not just for Atlanta residents, Atlanta businesses. We really want to hit the wider Atlanta market. So if you're in the Metro Atlanta region, you're serviced by the Metro Atlanta Chamber, please feel free to take advantage of this portal. This is for you. So maybe I don't know if we have a poll in the Zoom portal, but if you could just drop in the chat or the question box, whether you are a supplier or a buyer, or if you don't know yet, or if you're not sure, we'd love to just get a feel of who's in the crowd, who's listening, which side you are coming from. So you're probably wondering, what does the portal look like? I'm super proud of the portal. I have a few members of the Now Network team on, and they are actually the team who developed the software and worked to get it this nice, sleek look. So once you go online, if you're a supplier, you'll be able to put in all of your information. So we really want you to put in as many details as you can. So this will help those corporate buyers who are looking for suppliers like yourself. This will help them find you. So the more information, the better of a chance you are at getting located and sought out after. So we have a couple of things like year founded that'll help us see if you're a legacy business or not. We'd love to know your team size, what your structure is, things like that. And so again, the most important I would say is make sure you're putting that diversity classification in. If you don't have a diversity classification, maybe these questions that we're prompting you with are giving you things to think about for your business. So industry certifications, what kind of insurance do you have? If you have any awards or recognitions, this is the time to really highlight yourself, advocate for yourself, and make sure we know every little nitty-gritty detail about you. So I see a couple people in the chat saying they're suppliers. I'd love to see what industry you guys are in. So maybe pop in your industry as well. What's your next code? If you know that off the top of your head, do you have any diversity classifications or any certifications? Pop that in the chat as well. We'd love to see. Technical consulting. Thanks, Jonathan. I think you would be a perfect fit for the portal. So what about our buyers on the line? So if you're a buyer, what's the benefit of this portal to you? In my research, when working with this portal and working with Jen and Justin, I noticed that buyers were often complaining they're struggling to see people who are diverse or minority owned. They have these quotas that they're trying to meet and they just can't get in touch. And with this new virtual age that we're heading to and with the pandemic, there aren't as many networking events, there aren't as many in-person events, there aren't as many opportunity exchanges, chances for you to meet suppliers in person. So we're really bridging the gap between technology and innovation and making sure we transition with this new wave and making sure that we are ahead of the game and ahead of the curve. So buyers are able to search for qualified suppliers. It's their one-stop shop. So you don't have to go anywhere. And since we're covering the entire metro region, we hope this would service our corporate buyers in Atlanta, our Fortune 500 companies, and really being able to see suppliers that they normally wouldn't have access to. So this is the first page that you'll see if you go to ATLinBusiness. And I don't know if you guys can see, but at the bottom left, there's a QR code on all of the slides. So feel free to scan that at any time. But the website is called ATLinBusiness.com/marketplace. So when you go on, we'll ask you to register and give us some brief information about your company. So the name, the city, email address, and whether you're B2C or B2B. And this is what the portal looks like. Again, doesn't it look great, you guys? I think it looks amazing. So you kind of have this main page where you'll be able to get in touch with us. You'll be able to see upcoming events that Invest Atlanta and some of our partners have. And then you also have this pretty cool resource tab. So we have acquired resources from all across Atlanta with the Office of Procurement, our own resources, GMSDC. We're making sure that you guys are in touch with the latest and greatest that's going on within our city and the wider region. And then this is your dashboard. So as a business, you're able to go on and see how many buyers, if you're a supplier, how many buyers use your profile. If you're a buyer, how many suppliers use your profile. So you're really able to get a great overview of what's going on, who's checked you out today, and maybe even initiate contact. So reach out, you have their email, say, hey, I noticed you saw my profile. I'd love to set up some time to chat and discuss my business and the services that I offer. And again, this is another way, a good way you can find companies. So if you look on my left-hand side, all of that information I was mentioning that is important to put in, this is also how you can search. So that's why it's so important to fill it out in detail, because buyers are going to be searching for you with this information. So they'll be able to go in and put your next code. And hopefully several businesses that are within that next code will pop up, or they'll be able to go and see what location are they in? Are they in the city of Atlanta? Are they outside of Atlanta? Are they a Black-owned business? Are they a woman-owned business? You'll be able to search by all of those specific queries, and then a result will pop up that kind of gives you the business and lets you know that, hey, they hit all the marks that you're looking for. And then you can also create your own list. So say you have a couple of suppliers or a couple of buyers you're interested in, you can really customize the results that you find into your own personal list and use it as best for you. So the website is really flexible, and you're able to do as much or as little as you'd like. And again, I really harped on those resources. In my job, I tell people the more you know and the more people you know, the better it is. So we all know that you can never read enough, you can never learn enough, and you can never meet enough people. So in this resources page, we're really consolidating everything that we think is important for our suppliers and buyers to know and be aware of. So we put different events that we have, different articles that we think are cool or interesting or important for you to be up to date on in this resources page. So how do you get the most out of the marketplace? Well, first thing you do is sign up. You can't take advantage of the marketplace without being a part of the website, a part of the portal. This is an entirely free resource. So I feel like we would be remiss if those free resources that can potentially generate a lot of revenue, we weren't taking advantage of. It costs you nothing to put in your information. This information isn't going out to third parties. It's really staying in the portal, and we're making sure you're getting the best connections. So if anything changes with your profile, keep it up to date. Let us know. Did you get a new diversity classification? Come tell us and input that information in the portal. Number three, log in frequently. So think of this almost as a social media for your business. The first thing I do when I wake up in the morning is I log into Twitter and TikTok. So if I was a buyer or a supplier out there, I would wake up in the morning and say, let me log into ATLinBusiness Marketplace and see if I have any new hits, if there are any new businesses, who can I reach out to today? And say, make it a goal for yourself. I'm going to reach out to X amount of suppliers or X amount of buyers this week. And of course, like any portal or web application, there might be some things that we've missed, or there might be some things that you just can't figure out. So please feel free to always reach out to us. There's a Get Help icon in there, and you can submit a support ticket. You can read some articles about the best way to operate in the portal. And then we have some how-to guides in there as well. And of course, you can always reach out to me. I'm happy to assist at any time possible. So look, Kelsey and Michelle know me. I like to talk like a Super Bowl Sunday and we're in church and we have to go make sure we're able to see the Super Bowl. So I know that was pretty quick, but I hope it was beneficial to everyone. And I have Justin and Jen on the line. If you all have any questions, or if you have any questions about any of our programs, I'd love to assist and answer any questions now.
Maya, I'm coming off camera.
Hey, what's going on? What you got, Kelsey?
I said, Maya, slow down, slow
I
down,
know, I'm a fast talker.
down. So we have a question in the chat real quick. I'm gonna bring it up. He said, it's gone. But what it said is how can a nonprofit help and benefit from this particular program and site?
Sure. So if you're a nonprofit and you offer a service or a good, you're eligible for the portal. So I'm not sure what their industry is, Kelsey, but if they think they would benefit from being in relationship with corporate buyers, I'd say sign up. It doesn't hurt to be on the portal.
This is Justin. I offered to Crystal, who asked that question, that often nonprofits are buyers of services and products from vendors. So this is a great opportunity for her organization to source local, diverse suppliers that could help meet her product and service needs as well.
So Justin, since you're in a talking mood, let's go. Justin, do me a favor. Come off camera. Come on, look at me.
We can make that happen. Absolutely.
Yeah, there we go. Tell me a little bit about I guess your background with this and the vision for it. Let's get deep. We have time. We have plenty of time. Maya didn't save us a lot of time to talk. So tell us a little bit more about it. I mean, we're from Atlanta. We love a story. We love to get behind things, and especially if this can benefit us in business, our relationships, our sourcing of products and services. We want to know more about it, and that story really makes it happen. So if you could tell us a little bit about yourself and how what the vision is for all of this.
Yeah, Kelsey, happy to share that. So I'm actually a product of the ATLinBusiness marketplace before it was built as a digital platform. So as Maya mentioned, in the Atlanta regional area is like a really large small town, and networking is very, very important. And so there's an organization locally that had the idea and sparked the idea for this online marketplace. And they engaged my company to help with the design, build, and go-to-market strategy for this platform. So myself and Jen have been involved, and Earl, who's also on the call, have been involved with the marketplace for, goodness, going on almost 2 years, from when it was a back of the napkin idea, from conversations through to launching it for the ATLinBusiness marketplace. What I'm seeing as a trend is matchmaking is a hot topic right now. For any of you who attend conferences and expos, you'll often see a registration component where you can sign up for matchmaking events. And those are great. And everyone has great intentions to exchange business cards and information. But you have to stay on top of those networking opportunities. This marketplace helps digitize that. So you have the system as an advocate for you and your small business to put you in front of buyers who are looking for what you offer in terms of a service or a product. I think we're just beginning to scratch the surface. The people, goodness, we're into the hundreds of companies that have registered so far in the Metro Atlanta region. They are early adopters, and they're already beginning to see the tangible benefits of the marketplace. So my encouragement is get involved. I can testify that it's a great place to meet prospective buyers and also suppliers to team with. So highly encourage the early adopters to stay involved.
Perfect. Listen, I saw Earl. You came on a little later, man. Earl and Jen, come on up. We got time to talk. I'd love to hear from you guys. And we have some people here that are, I wouldn't say asking questions, but I think as we dig a little deeper into how this can definitely benefit everyone. I think stories like Justin, what you say, like, hey, I'm an actual product of this. Not only that, I'm actually working on it. That's great. So let's keep talking. Jen, how are you? I'm calling you out now. You
Hey there. Hey, I'm super excited for everybody. I was looking at some of the comments, and yeah, I think this is the right place to be. It's the perfect place to be. We've got the city pushing it, Invest Atlanta pushing it. A lot of great things are going to come. from this platform. So I'm really excited to see the breadth too of businesses that have joined this call.
So Jen, tell the people who you are and what's your affiliation with.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. So I work with products. So I work actually directly with the dev team that built this tool. That's my role here. Yeah.
Jen is selling herself short. So the ATLinBusiness Marketplace has been promoted within a number of organizations in the Metro Atlanta area, including the Georgia Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, Out Georgia Business Alliance, and several other organizations. Jen actually is the consummate networker at those events and has heard from a number of suppliers feet on the ground in terms of the excitement around this platform and being able to really level the playing field of getting your small business out in front of major corporate buyers as well as municipal buyers in the area.
And Justin, just to go off of that, I think it's important to recognize to meet the goal of 500 million. And not only that, just because what this platform offers, bring it to your networks. If you're part of a business association, bring it to them and let everybody know about this, because the more people we get on, the faster we're going to make those goals, the stronger that network is going to be. And just, bring your friends, bring everybody. It really is the place that everybody needs to have their profiles and get commerce moving through.
Ooh, Justin, I see a good question. So I see two, and I know we get this one a lot. So first, I'll shout out Joshua. He is a supplier in commercial cleaning services. So this is ideal. Say we have a Delta or a Home Depot, they're looking for a commercial cleaning service. If Joshua Gray has all of his information in and everything he needs in his profile filled up, ideally, a buyer would be like, I'm looking for a commercial cleaning service. I need them to be in this area. I need them to have this many employees, and Joshua's profile would pop up. So Joshua, make sure you sign up and we'd love to chat later. But Justin, this is for you. So this is from Crystal. Can you be a supplier and a buyer at the same time?
So short answer is yes. My recommendation is that you would sign up in ATLinBusiness Marketplace as a buyer, and you're going to have messaging capabilities to search for suppliers, send messages to suppliers, as well as see sourcing opportunities that are published from people more on the buyer end of the spectrum. So the short answer is I would register as a buyer today. We'll be rolling out more features and functionality on a continual basis this calendar year. So you'll see more of that crossover capability as we get into the summer and fall of this year.
Perfect. Earl, coming back to you. I would love to know.
No, thanks, Kelsey. Yeah, so I'm a VP of Biz Dev with NowCorp. NowCorp was born out of the vision of our co-founder, Laura Hodson, who was the co-founder of NowCorp. We, over the years, have, I would say, curated a number of these relationships within the company as we work with our clients. And out of that discussion, birthed what we now is known as the Now Network, which powers the ATLinBusiness platform. One thing I want to, really put out there is the fact that no opportunity is too big or too small, meaning that there's no business that's too big or too small to be on the platform. So you can have everyone from the city of Atlanta, obviously, which is promoting opportunities that they have out there for small businesses in the Atlanta area. But if you are a IT tech firm, if you are as someone said, providing cleaning services, if you are providing landscaping services, this is the place that you want to come and promote your business. The other really great point is that this is no cost to you. So you now have access to a platform as a megaphone for your business to promote your business freely to all of these different corporations. So please leverage the platform. And also leverage our great partners from Invest Atlanta because that's what they're there for as well.
Now, when you say promote your business, is there other promotion opportunities, or is it more like because I'm here and you're here that we should be able to connect via this portal?
Yeah, no.
I won't have ads on here, will I?
No, so very, very good question. No ads, but you have the ability to build out your profile. And within the profile, and I'll let Jen and Justin really speak to this, but within the profile, you have ways to separate yourselves from other people. So there's a number of different features and functionality within the platform that you can build out on your profile that can better promote your business.
Yes, your business profile inside of the marketplace is very comprehensive. You're going to see a number of sections. Maya showed a slide on that earlier in tonight's presentation. The key is all of that information that is suggested that you add in your profile is exactly what procurement professionals and vendor management professionals are asking for. So a lot of due diligence has gone into meeting with procurement professionals to ask, what is the bare minimum you need in order to consider a supplier? Mm-hmm. And that is what we're asking for inside of the platform. The information is secure. You can control the visibility of your information to fellow suppliers as well. So I would add, the only thing I would add, I echo everything that Earl just said, and I would add, think about your businesses in the Atlanta area that, let's say, employ maybe 100 or 500 employees, not just the major corporations that we all know and love, like Coca-Cola and Delta Airlines. They're great, and we love them and want them in this platform. But think about those mid-tier and smaller tier companies. Maybe your company owns an office park or a collection of office parks throughout the metro area, and you need that landscaper, or you need a plumbing service or electrical service to maintain your buildings. You need to be in the marketplace as a buyer looking for those diverse suppliers. And they're all here in the metro Atlanta area. So you pick up the phone and you're in touch with them over to your office park when you need them. So that's my challenge. I don't want everyone to think we're only connecting with major corporations and large municipalities. It's truly meant for the full spectrum and scale of businesses.
Great. Now, there's a question here that says, are there any qualifications or guidelines that businesses have to adhere to be a part of the marketplace?
It's a great question. I'll answer, and then I'll send it over to Jen to add anything I may have missed. But in short, no. We do ask that your business, of course, fall into one of the categories such as an LLC, a corporation, sole proprietor. We'll ask you to set that disposition about your business, your legal structure. There are required fields of information, just the basics such as your business name, your doing business as name if it's different, address, and basic information such as that. If you are more on the business to consumer end of the spectrum, so let's say you own a bakery with a storefront on Main Street, or you're selling directly more to households or individuals, we still want you to go through the registration process. A B2C, business to consumer component, will be coming online later in this year, but you can still register now, and we'll have your information to have you on board as an early adopter when that comes about.
I think they asked that question because with a lot of investment management programs, there are, I'll consider them checks and balances, if you will. So how much in this portal will we check to see if their business actually, registered with the Secretary of State, or they have a business license, or if their certifications are legit? I can just go in there and make up something and collect money. And what verification steps are we taking?
Sure. So we will work to verify that businesses have their Secretary of State registration. And then for all of the City of Atlanta businesses, we will verify their business license through ATL Core. We are doing the honesty policy with the self-reporting and hoping that you're being honest about your diversity classifications and those certifications.
Now, another person asked, could you explain what it meant? Oh man, I felt like I've read this before. It's like deja vu. Can you explain what is meant by average contract? And does that mean annually? Like, how are the contracts set? I want to answer this question. From what I understand, from what you guys told me, this is a portal to make the connection, not to actually negotiate and determine terms of the contract. That will be something that will be communicated from business to business. All right?
That's exactly right. Jen, you want to take that one?
Yeah, no, that's exactly right. And I actually think that actually came from somebody trying to fill out their profile, is where I believe that question came from. So in there, it's what we're trying to just understand is how big typically are your contracts? So that way we have that information. It can be used in the future if we decide to let companies filter on it. A buyer understands how you typically perform. And just that goes back to the more information we know, the better we can highlight you and get you in front of the right people.
I got another question. If you have multiple businesses, do you create one profile or do you need to create a profile for each business?
Yeah, that's a good one. So I think, so my take on this is, especially if your companies are doing separate things and not, I really can't think of why they would be the same, one company, multiple companies doing the exact same function. You should create as many companies as you have that are in that B2B space. And the reason why is that each one is going to serve a little bit of a different market. You're going to have different scorecards, maybe different NICS codes, anything. There's going to be something separate, and you want to make sure that each individual company is getting highlighted to the best of its ability.
All right, now I got some curveballs because everything you said so far is like, for me in this space, is obvious for me. But a lot of the people that have businesses don't know that what they provide B2C could really be provided B2B. So I had a meeting today with a young lady who has a business, and she is a certified speaker in some particular expertise. And she has contracts in other states with other organizations to facilitate their webinars for not only their members in this organization, but also for their outward webinars. And she has a contract with them, and she gets paid to do their webinars. Is that something that somebody could bring on here? I'm a certified life coach, and I do webinars and instructions and diversity inclusion programs, and I would love to partner with one of these businesses. Is that something I could put on this portal?
Absolutely. I think of one we were just meeting with and talking to recently. There's a catering company based in Atlanta, and they do a lot of high-end, very nice at-home dinner events, your Thanksgiving dinner, that sort of thing. But they also have some terrific corporate contracts with companies throughout the metro Atlanta area. So that's a great example of a company that began as more B2C, but is transitioning and adding to their portfolio B2B contracts as well.
And also, Kelsey, the use case you were talking about, that company with the certifications, we do offer the ability to add your certifications and get those highlighted as part of your profile. So they want to make sure that anything that you have, a scorecard, certifications, diversity certifications, whatever they are, industry certifications, put all that in there. And that way you can surface up. Okay,
got another question. So from y'all experience, not just with this particular program, but what you've been doing so far, what's
my screen froze. Did it for you all?
It
That's
did.
a great freeze frame. You better take a screenshot of that for Kelsey later.
Maybe I'll take a second and answer. I think it's Aisha. Their question. I do not have a contact off the top of my head, but if you'd email me at injackson@investatlanta.com, I'm happy to research that for you. Let's see.
I'll want to add one thing that was coming up earlier regarding your diversity classifications and certifications. Inside of your company's profile, you can put active certifications that you have from a diversity classification perspective, ones that are in progress. So maybe you've applied or you've started that process to get certified. You can put the ones in progress and also the ones that are self-attested. So if you are a minority-owned business, but you have not yet pursued a certification, still capture that in your profile.
Michelle, I'm not sure what Kelsey's last words would have been, but how can we, we have so many programs at Invest Atlanta. ATL and Business Marketplace is, oh, look, he would never leave us hanging. Hello, Kelsey.
Sorry, the power went out over here. I'm back. What was I saying? I don't remember. That was a great question too. Go back to these regular questions. They'll come back to me.
We
we'll
answered,
say what?
we answered the questions in the chat.
Did
Without you. Yes.
I know the answer. I'm so confused.
I'm taking over as host. I'm the host and the presenter. I have both jobs now.
Great. Man.
You know, Maya, we had a few FAQs we could definitely talk through as well, if that would be helpful.
Sure. Yep. Happy to share my screen again.
These are things that Maya.
Oh, I remember. All right, another scenario. So I'm a small business and I have a fitness program, and I'm trying to get into some of these corporate offices and partner with organizations to do health and wellness on certain days. Is this the portal where I can come in there and possibly get a contract to do health and wellness, yoga, things like that?
100%. That's a perfect use case for the platform.
I remember the question. Did I get to ask completely? Out of your experience, what is one of the unique businesses that have been able to make a relationship and get a contract with you guys been working with so far? Like something unique, something that I wouldn't necessarily think of immediately, but like, oh wow, that, like, I'm trying to throw ideas together because there's people in here who like, I'm not sure this is for me, and it very well could be for them. Give me one of those wild stories.
You know, I know Jen has been doing a lot of networking. I think about, there's a small law firm, if I'm not mistaken, it's only a couple of partners here locally who have gotten into the ATLinBusiness marketplace from a connections perspective. And you may think, as a small attorney's office with only a couple of partners, maybe they're only doing family law or just, you know, people in their neighborhood or small network. But they're ready to grow. They've been ready to grow. And this is the sort of exposure that will allow them to start working with companies that are, you know, maybe on the startup end of the spectrum or smaller end of the spectrum, but it helps get them into corporate law. And that's been a really inspiring story, and exciting that they've gotten involved in that way.
Yeah, there's that. There's also another local group that supports veteran-owned businesses. And they're looking at pushing this out to letting all their constituents know about it, simply because of the networking and the visibility that the platform provides. So it's actually really exciting. I haven't talked to anybody who hasn't been super excited about it.
Yeah.
So your heart, that's super lucky to be on this product.
Maya, I believe we're going to these FAQs over here. My co-host.
Sure. So I have my FAQs up. I think a bunch of this we have answered so far, but the first question I think is a great question. Will I still need to register in a company/municipality supplier portal to do business with them? Yes, 100%. So we've done a lot of work with the Office of Procurement. And last week, we just went to doing business with the city of Atlanta, where we were able to kind of share more about the portal and Invest Atlanta. And the Office of Procurement was there, and they gave a presentation. Most, if not all, municipalities, authorities, water and sewer authority, public school system, they all have their own procurement portal. Chick-fil-A, Delta, they all have a place where you should be registered. So the marketplace is meant for you to discover, but we want you to take that connection offline, and you will still have to go through their tools and programs in order to get officially registered with them. And I think we touched base on, is there a fee? No, it's free. I think everybody's well versed in what kind of diversity information you have. If you have a classification, you're more than welcome to add it in there.
Breeze past the important stuff. Like, you fly past the important stuff. Like, hey, is there a cost to this? It's free. Pew! Like, no, let's sit on this.
It's FRE, free 99. Free.
At no cost. At no cost. That's something we should pause. There's at no cost. That means that you can get into this portal, put your information in, potentially get a contract with a life-changing contract, and it is free. All right, go ahead.
So let me not brush by this one. What sort of diversity information can I share? So any certification that you have, there are several certifiers out there. I don't know them off the top of my head, but I'm happy to send them to Michelle, the places that you can get certified. Any of those places, once you get certified and you've like received the official notice, you can put that on a portal. So if you're a minority-owned business, a woman-owned business, veteran-owned
Is
business.
it a drop down? And so I only can select from the ones that we recognize, or can I just type it in?
Justin and
It's a pre-selected, it's a predetermined list. It's a very comprehensive list. Once you select your diversity classification, you then type in the organization that certified you, if you have a certification. So as a great example, someone earlier asked about certifications from the city of Atlanta. If you achieve that, absolutely put in city of Atlanta. If you achieve it from a national chamber of commerce, based out of DC, you'll want to put that in instead or in addition to.
Okay. Go ahead, Mike.
So heading on over to our buyers. Is this a replacement for, so if you're a buyer and you have your own portal, is this a replacement for that portal? No, it is not. The marketplace is just for you to seek, to be sought, to find, and to be found. Again, is there a fee? I'll emphasize it again. It's free. It's free. Along with ATLinBusiness, our technical assistance program, ATLinBusiness Marketplace is a free resource that Invest Atlanta offers. Let's see. I will toss the last two to Jen and Justin if they want to go to detail on those.
Yeah, sure thing. So in regards to the fee for using the marketplace, it is free. I don't think we can say that enough. We are welcoming some of the larger corporations. So think of the ones that have more of a global footprint to become sponsors of the marketplace. And that would enable them to share things like their diversity and matchmaking events that are coming up, to share live events, web-based events, and so forth. So that is something that's on the radar if you work for or represent one of those large global corporations based in the Atlanta metro area. Let me read that next one. The marketplace has a lot of great information, but I still need some more data to properly qualify a supplier. So again, if you represent a buyer, if you are one of these larger corporations that are looking for suppliers and you still need more information than the profile has, feel free to reach out to us at the email address shown there, and we can evaluate getting you the data that you need about each supplier. And then that last piece about integrating with existing systems, we are building the facility to connect in RFPs. So imagine as soon as the city of Atlanta publishes a new RFP, that could soon in the future almost immediately appear inside of the ATLinBusiness marketplace. So that helps us become your first stop in terms of looking for contract opportunities that may be a good fit for your business. And it looks like we have a few more questions in the Q&A panel. I'm going to look at my second screen and read through those. Do you all verify the information so therefore we know that we are in a safe place working with a supplier with integrity? Maya, that goes back to what you were saying earlier. You all at Invest Atlanta are evaluating every registered company to make sure they're legitimate, and you are very quickly as an admin deactivating them if they're not.
Yes, exactly. So we won't go into depth and verify those certifications. That the onus will be on the company who connects with them to just verify that additional information. But the fact that they're a business, which is important to Invest Atlanta, and they have the proper registrations, we are verifying.
Excellent. Crystal asks, is there a way we can rate one another on the services or the buyer? Crystal, I think you have a crystal ball. We are evaluating that on the product team and looking at how we might integrate reviews, business-to-business reviews, longer term. For now, we definitely encourage you to do your own due diligence. If you find yourself as a match, go out and take a look at sites like the Better Business Bureau and other trusted sources that mean a lot to you in your specific industry. So for the time being, still do your due diligence.
There's some good questions in here.
Yeah, they are.
I'm going to skip down to one. So I'm a nonprofit as well, and my nonprofit is based around caregivers training existing and new caregivers on how to properly care for their loved ones without feeling or getting overwhelmed. Is this the platform for my nonprofit?
I'm based upon what the nonprofit does for a living. It almost sounds like it could be for profit as well, which is great. I think about there's a huge home healthcare company based up in the Cumberland Boulevard area near Smyrna and Marietta, and I think they need those sorts of services. So I would definitely log in and register as a supplier, put your information out there as a resource, and that way companies like that can find you.
Mm-hmm. This is exciting.
Let's see, are home-based businesses permissible? Maya, I believe, yes, that is the case. Certainly there are a lot more home-based businesses now than there ever been before.
As long as you have a business license and that business license is registered to the address on file, totally fine with us.
What if this home-based business is based in the Metro Atlanta area?
Metro Atlanta area, you've got my vote. You're able to sign up and log onto the portal.
Mm-hmm. All right. We have a question about a particular certification. I have a certificate of diverse ownership from Supplier Gateway. Will that suffice? I don't have that answer, but Justin or Jen?
My advice would be to go ahead and add it to your profile and definitely cite the source of that certification. It's up to your buyer as to what certifications they will accept and they will not accept, right? So I would add that to your profile, make sure it's there, that it's clear where it came from, and then your prospective buyers will make that decision.
All right. Are there any more questions out there? Listen, I got them here. They're on fire. They're throwing out answers. So if you got a question that's burning, put it in the chat so we can discuss it real quick. No pressure. No pressure.
I see Tammy. Do you have your hand raised, Tammy? Oh, did it go away?
It went away. That's all right. Tammy, if you have a question, feel free to put it in the chat.
I'm gonna give y'all a couple more seconds. I'm gonna fill up with something else. So this is a really exciting portal. I'm really thankful for you guys for partnering with us and providing this this resource for our small businesses. As Maya said earlier on, like the limitations of Invest Atlanta and all that we do is that we are centered in the city of Atlanta. And so when we get organizations and businesses from, I mean, just outside DeKalb County, Gwinnett County, outside of Fulton County, it's very difficult for us to provide resources for them. It's the burning desire that we want to, is how much we love the business that you provide. We're not able to, but this is the first program that we have that supports not just City of Atlanta businesses, but those in the Metro Atlanta area. So I think it's a huge feat for us, and we're excited. Tammy doesn't have any questions though. So if no more questions, I would like to say, hey, thank you guys so much for joining us. This webinar will be recorded. It has been recorded, and it will be sent out to everybody that registered, but it'll also be listed on our Invest Atlanta Facebook page. So you'll be able to go back and watch this and share this with your friends and your business colleagues, whoever you think needs to be a part of this portal. Please share it with them. Got one more question that slid in. We provide corporate gifts, watches, and we are moving from a B2C to a B2B. Does this portal provide guidance for the next steps for contracts?
In terms of next steps for contracts, not so much. Maya, there may be resources through Invest Atlanta that could help them from a getting started perspective in that space, but definitely you would want to register your business for that exposure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I will leave y'all with this. My name is Kelsey. I'm the small business advocate for Invest Atlanta. If you have any more questions about your business, how your business is running, should it be doing this, should it be doing that, or what other programs does Invest Atlanta have? We have small business loan programs. We can get loan for your business at the low interest rate of 3% or less. We have a program called ATLinBusiness, not the marketplace, but the business assistance. So if your business is just starting to grow and you're like, hey, I need some assistance with my foundational structure. Maybe I don't have good marketing. Maybe I need a new website. Maybe I'm not comfortable with how I'm hiring my staff. We have a ATLinBusiness.com. It's where you can find all this information, not only the marketplace, but our business assistance. So I want to let you know that you can contact me after this webinar is over. You will get an email. My information will be in there. So if you have any questions about your business or the programs that we have here at Invest Atlanta, I'm the person that I would love to speak with you and tell you more about what we have and get you to the right person. I'm so excited because next week we have another webinar. We have 3 webinars this month. This is our first one for the month of March. We also have an in-person networking event at the Russell Center right downtown on March 30th. We'll be discussing alternative funding and how to get funds for your business. This month is considered Women's History Month. So I'm glad that we will have Maya leading this one today and Jen here as well. But next week we have a webinar with Zane Access, which helps businesses get ready for capital. They work with tech companies as well as startups that are trying to scale up. So we're really excited about that. And so then the week after that, we are actually going over our small business loan programs here at Invest Atlanta. So you can tune in to any of these webinars, show up for our network mixers. And we're excited to have you here. We're thankful that you guys tuned in for this long, the entire webinar. I'm so excited. So again, ATLinBusiness.com. Go to that website. You'll be able to see the marketplace at the very top. And then the marketplace is where you can sign up and be a part of this portal we discussed tonight. We also have small business assistance. If you hit find a consultant, you can actually partner with one of our consultants and help any technical issue that you have with your business. We have a lot of resources for our small business here. We're so excited for you. And we appreciate you for tuning in for our webinar this evening as we covered our ATLinBusiness marketplace, a new marketplace to help business buyers meet business suppliers. That I say good night, guys. You have a great one.